quarterback play we've seen in years, and it's really from some of the youngest quarterbacks at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, what's crazy is that of the 4 quarterbacks remaining, Mahomes is the only one not on his rookie contract right now.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, you guys keep on ranking them on, how good they are on the field. We should be ranking them on how hot they are. I got Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, and Patrick Mahomes.
No way, dude. No way.
Welcome to Marv on Air, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Wednesday, January 25th, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
2022. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm excited to finally be hitting some sort of stride with consistency here. We're going to be talking divisional round playoff predictions today. We're going to be also talking a little bit of college basketball, as well as who is officially the hottest quarterback. These are all of the burning topics on everyone's mind right now. Here to debate them with me, we've got the two on the couch, James and Redbone. How are we doing, boys?
Doing great.
Just peachy.
Awesome. And then Alex is, as usual, in the hut running the show. Alex, thank you very much.
That's about it. There's nothing. It might fall over here soon. We got a little gap. You can't. Oh, maybe. Yeah, you can.
You know what I've learned in making this stupid ass hut, bro? You know what I've learned?
I wasn't expecting a pinky to pop through there.
No, you know what I've learned from this is that packaging tape is significantly better at holding cardboard together than duct tape for some
It's
reason.
almost like it was designed to hold cardboard together.
But I would have never thought that.
Packing tape for cardboard.
Better than duct tape, though?
Yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't have
designed to put boxes together.
No, that's why I was like, oh shit, brain.
I mean,
Duct tape
both
is
work, but
duct tape.
No, it's no.
I thought it was for.
But that's
ducks,
DUCK.
like
it was
a mallet.
designed for.
Oh well, yeah. I always actually thought it was spelled D-U-C-T. It's actually spelled D-U-C-K.
The brand is. It's like
Yeah.
Band-Aid.
Yeah. But that's why I learned making this stupid ass hut. We're gonna try a sticker bomb. Alex, go to yourself. We're gonna try a sticker bomb the outside of that, so we can see. You can't really see it, but that Savannah Bananas, they literally sent me that.
Yeah.
I didn't have to buy that.
Well,
They
that
sent me
was
that
nice of
free.
And then we've got the.
Marv on Air, and then V1 Nutra at the top. This episode is brought to you by V1, a little bit to the right. Right there. Yep. This episode is brought to you in part by V1 Nutra. Use code Marv on Air at V1 Nutra for 10% off, as well as in part by SeatGeek. Use code Marv on Air for $20 off your first ticket purchase there. We can swing right into it, boys. We've got a little bit to cover today. We're going to start with the divisional round, okay? This is one of the tightest divisional rounds I feel like we've seen in a while. I feel like they're both pretty much going to be decided by a coin flip. We can start on the AFC side because I feel like there's a lot more strong opinions on that side as opposed to the NFC. Burrow versus Mahomes in Burrowhead. We've got Mahomes with a potentially injured ankle. I don't know how much of a role that's going to play, as well as an injured, banged-up Bengals O-line that looked stellar against the Bills. Who are we taking in that game? Redbone, I know you probably have a pick by now.
Yeah, I mean, originally when I was thinking about this game, I was like, at some point Burrow's going to lose to Mahomes. Like, it's going to happen at some point. Is that this week or not? That's what we're going to figure out. I don't think it is, though. I think just with Mahomes being slightly limited, you got to think maybe their playbook won't be quite as big. So I think I'm going to go with the Bengals. I can see the Bengals putting up not this again.
No,
I can see the Bagels putting up like at least
Cincinnati Pringles.
27. Yeah.
I got the
Cincy.
Pringles
I'm
in
calling
the
them
AFC
Cincy.
Championship,
I'm calling them
whatever the hell you
Cincy from
call it.
here on out.
Yeah.
If you want a little bit of, what do you call that, like preface?
Context?
If you want context for that, go to the last episode from Wednesday where
Or don't.
we talked.
Do it. Go to it. When he's not thinking about it, he says Bengals.
Yeah, I know.
They're not used to my Canadian accent. All right,
Yeah, because you're from
translating to American.
Canada?
I say that too much.
Nice.
Okay, so you're taking the Bengals. Are you gonna go ahead and follow up with your Joe Burrow comment, or?
I got the Bengals.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that sounded like a good way to say it.
I like that. It's almost like it's meant to be said that way.
Bengals
Rolled
rolls
off the tongue really well.
Bengals.
Who day?
Who day? Alex, do you have a pick, or is it too close to tell?
No, it's so close. I have no idea.
See, and speaking of so close, I feel like that's the NFC. I really do. I can't pick. Like when you look solely at Purdy's numbers against the Cowboys, they don't look as good as his previous 6 games. He's 7-0 as a starter with an unbelievable passer rating, and obviously we are Iowa State fans here. We all go to Iowa State, or at least I think we're all fans, right?
Give or take.
Because some people aren't actually Iowa State fans, and they go here, which drives me up the wall. But
I saw someone wearing a Wisconsin hat today.
I mean, I'm a
on
Nebraska
campus,
fan.
though, like
A hat is egregious. Like I
True.
can understand like a Minnesota shirt or like a sweatshirt that some girl's wearing that doesn't care.
what do you
but,
think?
like-
Do you think hat is the most
Hat like
this
you
means
put
you
that
like them the
on
most?
for a reason, my man.
Yeah,
You
I can
have
get
more
I'd
hats
agree.
than that.
yeah. Shirts, like you can get a shirt anywhere. Your
The
parents.
chicks,
give you
they're
a
just
shirt.
like, oh,
I like their logo.
what even is Minnesota? Is that maroon and mustard?
It just says M on it.
Minnesota.
I don't know what it's
Yeah.
supposed to
The
mean.
Gophers.
Yeah, but like, what's their
Yeah.
official color scheme?
No, you're right. Minnesota is maroon and gold.
Maroon and gold, yeah.
I would say pants. If you're wearing pants, you are a diehard fan.
Or a wrestler.
Maybe
I,
if you go
for
I've
that
never seen
school.
anybody wear like an Iowa State sweatpants.
Yeah, but
I did
Like,
today.
A school sweatpants. That's
I
a
have
wrestler.
like Patriots sweatpants.
You're insane.
I don't ever wear them, but I do own them.
When'd
and
you
like,
get those?
when
Like
I was,
maybe
like, a
Patriots pajama pants.
I have those as well.
I got Iowa State pajama pants.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I
make
mean,
some
I guess I have a
baller.
robe. Iowa State
Yeah,
robe.
you're talking a lot of shit
Hey,
for
it was
TJ.
on sale at
Well,
TJ
that means
Maxx.
he's a true fan.
TJ Maxx. I was gonna buy mine from Target. That's where I found mine. It's the same one as yours. You should get one. We should all come on here with Iowa State robes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll come
We
on
should.
here. with
They're
I
my
like
would
robe.
$20
totally do it.
bucks.
Yeah, I would
Dang,
totally.
they're not-
20? Right
I mean-
now, that's where you found recently.
Mine was like 26.
Recently,
Really?
you found
I
this?
thought mine was.
Over Christmas.
I saw it
I
over.
want to find because I like that robe.
Yeah.
Like I saw you
Like some
wearing it
Greeks?
non-homoly, and I was like, hey,
Whoa.
that's a nice. I like that robe.
Thank you.
I thought you were actually fully
It's comfy.
clothed when you walked in.
No, never.
Never fully
Never
clothed.
Fully clothed.
What are
What?
you missing right now?
Wow.
Yeah, what's going on here?
No, I'm clothed at the moment.
Okay, well,
Just for the stream.
just
Didn't
so
wanna
the
get in
NFC
trouble.
side is as tight as it gets in my opinion because some will argue Purdy isn't the better quarterback, which in my opinion, like I was just saying, he didn't put up as good of numbers against the Cowboys, but I think it was in the game plan for it to go that way. He didn't make any like dire mistakes, unlike Dak. We don't need to get into that. That was Monday's episode. But like they've got CMC, Debo, C-Mac, and who's their other running back? Samuel. Right? No,
Debo is
Debo
Samuel.
Samuel.
Elijah Mitchell.
Is it Mitchell? They all three sat out today, which I think is probably more like a load management NBA type deal. But they all sat out, and
I kind of like that now that I think. If you think about that, they wouldn't sit out if they were like, we really are worried about this game. Like, I'm sure they're
yeah,
concerned about it, but they're thinking like, we plan on winning this. You know, we don't have to throw the kitchen sink at this one.
yeah.
We expect to win.
Have
So
you ever
I kind of like that.
have you ever had kitchen sink
Cookies?
flavoring?
Cookies?
No,
No, the
flavoring,
cookies.
like the
Oh my
seasoning.
God.
Kitchen
I've
sink
never heard of
cookies are
that.
amazing.
Are
What's
you
in kitchen
kidding?
sink cookies?
Everything.
Everything
You
in
throw
the kitchen sink.
at it.
Yeah.
Well, that's like what
We had
the
some in my
seasoning is.
apartment like last week.
They're so good.
Hmm.
They have
Mother
one
always
Panera.
makes them for Christmas. They're
I've had
amazing.
it. See, I've had it on like crawfish, the seasoning, and I don't really like it, or at least where I got it from.
Yeah, I don't eat a ton of crawfish.
I don't know
personally.
who came up with the name kitchen sink, but I don't like that.
No, I love
I think
it.
it's clever.
Hey, Jamie,
I love
look
it.
it up.
No, fuck.
Yeah.
That just sounds horrible. I'm thinking of dirty dishes and like soap water,
I know, but that's what makes it.
and maybe
kinda-
some like a silverware in the disposal, along with just like 3 weeks old of
You
like.
turn it on, it's just like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
turn it off.
No, they turn
You
it
turn
on
off all
and
the
it funnels
lights.
into like a bottle and they sell it. That's what I thought of when I was thinking like kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Not great.
But either way, so Purdy, I think the quarterback position is probably the most up for grabs. Both have an extremely top-tier defense. They're both able to control the game in a very good way, like to their game plan. But they both have weapons. You know, you got like Devontae Smith, AJ Brown.
AJ
Yes.
Brown.
And obviously Jalen is playing at MVP level. We won't get into the MVP conversation today, but it's just such a toss-up. A lot of people are saying it's going to come down to Jalen Hurts playing at a high level, and that's going to decide the game. But I think a bigger question that we can probably answer here is over-under, right? Do we think the defenses are going to dominate, or are the offenses have done such a good job so far at making the best of what's available? Do we think the offenses will prevail? Because they're both so good.
Yeah, the over-under currently is set at 46.5 according to FanDuel.
Okay.
I think I like the under here.
I think so, too. I think the defenses are just that good.
I could see this being like a 17 to 24 game. What's up with them at 41?
Yeah, that's very feasible.
Yeah, I don't.
That's a field goal, 2 tuds, and
Philly.
3 tuds, and a.
Philly is one of those teams that's like, they can score a ton of points and they've done it. Same with the Niners, but like I think when it comes down to it, the Eagles are like, we want to hold you to 10 points and we're gonna try to score 21.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they are a ground and pound, gritty team. Which is one of those things that's like the Niners going to the link. Like, I don't know. To me, that's why Philly wins.
See, that's what a lot of people have said. This is the game where Purdy does not play well.
I don't even know if it's that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if Purdy doesn't play well, who do they fall back on? Samuel, CMC. They got weapons. They can still murder the ground game if they don't get down by 30.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see Shanahan putting Purdy in a position where he can lose the game for him. I just don't think he'll do that.
No, I think
but
he's a smart enough guy.
The thing is like San Francisco with a rookie quarterback, granted he's been playing very well, they're still going to play in Philadelphia in January. That place is going to be nuts. The weather is not going to be San Francisco weather. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be a playoff football game.
He went to Iowa State.
I'm not worried. I'm just saying, like, the Niners are not. They're
not
not a
from
blue collar team. They're not a blue collar team.
No, they're not.
They're in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been there for, what, 9 months?
Purdy?
Something like that.
Roughly.
Yeah. If anything, it'd be like McCaffrey. He was at Stanford, then he was at North Carolina. Yeah, he's not. He might not be built for the cold. We don't know.
Who knows?
It's to me, it's more just like as a whole.
I don't think the weather's going to play as big a role in this game, though.
I'm just saying, like, the entire environment. It's going to be, you're going into Philadelphia in January. Like, the place is going to be one of the craziest sports environments of the year.
It's going to be cold. They're all high on opiates.
It's Philly.
They're like, we're going to win the Super Bowl.
Philly has to be one of the, like,
they are
strongest.
diehards.
Strongest sports towns.
Insane.
When they were booing Ben Simmons
it's
out.
Philly and Boston.
Yeah,
like,
those are the two.
and nowhere else.
I don't know if there's a second or
Have you guys seen
third.
the clip of, I think it was Kobe playing the 76ers?
Probably.
That makes sense.
And, like, he's from Philadelphia, and they're all, like, booing the hell out of him. Dude,
That's how it is there.
It's awful.
Nick Sirianni was getting booed off the field, and
give a fuck.
he was getting booed off in like the second quarter of the preseason because they were down by like 14 or 15. Like,
as you could say, Philadelphia likes to throw the kitchen sink at them.
You could say that.
Oh, and by the way, kitchen sink comes from World War II, because during heavy bombardment, they would say they're throwing everything but the kitchen sink, or they're throwing the kitchen sink.
Interesting.
Here's a little. I'm looking at odds right now.
Okay.
Cincy is favored by 1 point, but if you look at the money line odds, both of them are minus 108. So like it's not truly a pick 'em, but according to money line, it is. I could see him moving this to just a pick.
Oh, you're talking AFC now. Okay,
Yeah,
jump
yeah.
over to the AFC.
Just real quick. Just
Yeah.
thought I'd throw that out there. Both of them
That's-
are minus 108.
It's interesting that they are closer than the NFC side because I think the NFC is closer. But
I think we're a little like maybe a little biased
with
like,
Purdy,
Yeah, we're all like this is our guy, you know? We're like somebody who has, even though I'm not a huge Purdy guy, I don't think any of us are like massive Purdy stans, but like someone who's completely unbiased and removed from any Iowa State Big 12 affiliation, you probably look at that and you're like, it's still a rookie quarterback, you know?
Here's
like,
my.
yeah, he's played great. It's still a rookie quarterback.
I actually think we're the least biased because we know what he did at Iowa State. He turned the program around, but he also threw backwards interceptions, 3 picks in the Big 12 championship game. He had definitely running with the ball way out here. He had a lot of plays where it was questionable Purdy play. And a lot of people, they're kind of like, well, he was the last pick of the draft. He's a rookie, blah, blah, blah.
I think we just want to look past all his flaws, though.
No, I guess you're right.
And like all the narrative around campus is we're going to look past that flaws. The bookstore's full of Purdy gear right now.
Yep.
It's like to somebody unbiased, they're going Philly. I think even a lot of Iowa State people, deep down are like, yeah, if I had to choose, Philly's going to win.
Yeah. Personally, if you took Purdy out of the equation, if it was a different guy, rookie, not from Iowa State, I would still pick 49ers, but I can see where you're coming from there. I think a lot of people aren't. Like, Purdy's putting up great numbers, though. That's the thing. Whether or not he was from Iowa State, like, his numbers are very good.
Yeah, and that's where, like, I don't love the whole, like, oh, he was put into a great situation thing, but at the end of the day, I mean,
he was.
He was.
He was.
And Kyle Shanahan's
look at Trevor.
Their coach.
Yeah, look at Trevor. First year there. Urban.
Yeah.
What did they have? Like,
correct.
I mean, Urban was really the biggest. They didn't change a lot from last year to this year, other than head coach. Like personnel-wise, I don't know if they made a...
Personnel didn't change, but I mean, Doug Peterson...
They picked up a couple like Kirk and Zay Jones and stuff, but...
Up.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just saying that, like, Trevor Lawrence was, like, the guy for decades. I remember being in high school, and he was, like, a year older than us, and he was, like, featured on Huddle. When we were trying to get to our film, we could see him. And he kind of busted the first year because of his situation. Purdy exploding in that situation. Speaking of Purdy, I think we can get into this a little bit. I had Purdy as my hottest quarterback remaining in the playoffs. Let's go in a quick circle real quick. Just say your quarterback, and then we'll get into a debate in a second. So I'm going to go Purdy. James, who you got?
Joe.
I got Joe Cool as well.
Alex?
Jalen.
Okay. So that seems ridiculous. I can see where you're coming from with
me,
Jalen there. Yeah, but it's just, I mean, it's a taste thing. But it's interesting to me, the amount of TikToks I've seen.
Everybody has preferences.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be bashing what we're into.
No, I'm not
Who's
bashing
we?
it. I'm just saying it's...
You, mainly, with your track record over the last 2 weeks.
For those of you who don't know, Alex and James are roommates, so they know each other pretty well.
I know his habits on Snapchat, too.
Those are not my habits. Those are other people's habits.
That sounds even
invading my privacy.
I got hacked.
That sounds even worse.
Well, I mean, I think this is one of, I don't know. This is one of the best years that NFL has had, aside from Thursday Night Football. This is one, like, people are making the argument that it's been scripted. It's been so good. And there's also been very questionable referee calls as well. But, like, some of the games have really been barn burners, absolutely lighting it up. We've seen some very good games, and with who's left, I don't know if there's a better 4, matchups-wise. So I think it's really cool from, having a girlfriend and seeing all the TikToks, just like the girls getting so bought into it with, stop laughing at it. I'm just saying all the quarterbacks, like the girls are like, hey, I want to see this guy win because he's hot. It's not like, oh, his wife did this and they have a baby. It's like, oh, he's hot.
I don't have TikTok. I don't know what he's talking about.
Neither do I.
I don't know what side of TikTok you're
I don't know what side of TikTok.
I'm just on NFL TikTok.
Mine's
That's
just
everything.
Dudes
Sounds like you're
wrestling
watching
grizzly bears.
women rate quarterbacks.
Yeah,
That's pretty much what it is. I've literally seen those.
Your feed's a little bit. Like my Instagram, like that's all I watch. I see people getting hit by cars.
I
and
watch
shit.
like
I'm not
I watch
watching-
like work accidents and people with deficiencies do things, and that's all I watch.
Yeah, I had
Wholesome.
a dude getting pulled by a car on a sled get hit by an SUV.
It's pretty interesting how
That's about
different everyone's timelines are. I didn't
I think
they'd
it's
be
very
that.
very
It is
telling by
great.
what your timeline is.
Well, I didn't
Yeah.
think they'd be that far off from each other. I thought it was like a big trend.
You don't have like NFL work accidents and then like cool DIYs or
No,
anything?
mine
No,
is
I don't
like NFL and then betting, a lot of betting, and then story times because I get sucked into stories.
Story time
Like Reddit?
like that.
No, they'll use like the voice filter and they'll be like, this one. It's like the
Oh, you
trickster.
Is it like
Watch
Minecraft gameplay where they're doing?
Yes,
jumps
there's
and
like
shit?
Family
Okay.
Guy
Slide
beneath
apart-
it or whatever.
Yeah,
Or like the like
the
knife
little
game.
ball game. Yeah, the knife game.
Yeah, those are.
Where
It's
they're
like-
cutting through like this. You're like, damn, he just hit the rainbow for 100,000 knives.
Oh man,
I
it's
love
like
those the Family Guy episodes when Peter's beating the hell out of a chicken or something.
yeah, it's
I'm a
like
big fan of that.
that one time
Whoa.
when I was a junior in high school, I parked in this spot and I got towed, and I just like instantly I'm hooked.
Some of them are so fake. Usually the Reddit ones are fake.
The
You
Reddit
think
ones
the
are
Reddit
so
ones?
crazy.
They're so
There's
fake.
No
They're like,
fucking
my
way.
wife cheated with the president, and then I found out, and the Secret
And then
Service
I
tried
cheated
to
on
kill
her
me.
with the vice president.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly.
like,
I haven't heard any of that
It's like,
outlandish, but I think the
I
red
hired
ones
a
are real.
private investigator, and he found out that she was a CEO of a company, and she tried to get me killed.
and I didn't even
It's
know.
all BS.
Yeah,
It's all like porno plots too. It's all like too good to be true. It's
Wow.
too convenient for everything.
Everything works out.
Everything works out somehow.
like a puzzle. It all,
Yeah.
Puzzle
it all
pieces.
fits together.
Somehow.
Interesting. That is interesting. Have you guys seen the whole AI stuff that's coming out?
The Chat GDP.
Oh my god.
GPT.
GPT, and it's
I'm
all
not-
getting like
Is that like betting?
no, it's all
I'm talking about like Peter Griffin. Have you guys seen Family Guy made into a 90s sitcom?
no.
Or like an 80s sitcom? There's two of them. I'll show you. They're so good, y'all. They're
Really?
so good. It looks so realistic.
No, and we don't have to like touch on AI for too long. That can be more of an actual off-season topic, but just the with chat, I guess it got released in November, and the possibilities are so endless. Like
For-
what you're talking
For
about.
what?
So you can like text, you can type, like you thought you could type anything into Google. You can type anything.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've known this for a minute. I follow
Yeah.
Instagram pages where they're like,
It's like tell
Super
me blah
real-
blah 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 blah. Make this for me, and it'll do it.
I love those.
That's
I'll
how you
give
wrote
you-
your essay last semester.
No, it's what I do in my time at the gym in between sets, and I'll look at AI generated Ronald McDonald young, fucking grimace in a burger.
Hmm.
You guys know?
I don't know if we're on the same page.
No.
Actually. No, I don't think
What?
so.
Where you just type in like a whole bunch of keywords and it'll pop up an image that looks like it.
Yeah, that's a different kind of AI than what we're talking
What are
about.
you talking about?
So this one you can be like, give me 5 video titles for this script, and it will
Oh.
give you 5 video titles based on the script.
Or you can type in like.
Oh,
not saying to do
useful
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can use it
Mine
for-
are like Godzilla robbing a store. Yeah, mine are weird.
Oh
I like funny ones.
I mean, they can be used for whatever. So
Yeah, mine are usually images, not useful ideas.
So
Dude, Chat GPT. It's like you can type in and be like, write an essay on the impact of the American Revolution on 1930s
in
media,
this many words,
and it'll just do it.
that's ridiculous.
and then
No.
you
Oh, yeah.
can take that, and you will say, make it more curiosity driven and with more intelligent words, and it will rewrite the whole thing.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's
how
crazy.
Are they gonna? How is Iowa State gonna do anything
They,
about
they really,
plagiarism?
I mean, I don't know if they can.
You can't do shit.
I don't-
'Cause they would all
it'll
be-
make it up. It's
Yeah.
it has like the hugest database of all time, and it just like
Hugest.
pull.
I wonder
What's a
if
bigger
like
word?
I need access.
largest. I don't think
That's not
hugest is a word.
I feel like hugest really gets
Most
the point
enormous.
across. The most ginormous.
Gigantor.
What I want
Yeah.
to know is like say
The
me and you
fattest database ever.
say me and you both type in like the exact same like keywords and stuff.
I bet you get
Does-
the same thing.
It is the same thing.
I bet.
No, it
No.
would probably
Exact-
be about the same.
Exact
no way it'd be
prompts. I bet you
exact.
get the same thing.
Maybe.
I would
All
think.
right,
That'd be interesting.
I think your biggest mistake of this show was bringing James and I on here.
That's fine.
We have not been talking about sports.
No, that's what it's for. I like the diversity. That's why I named it Marv on Air, not like Marv on Sports or like touchdowns or
I
whatever.
was just making sure.
No,
Just
I
thought
like
should
I
point
like
that out.
the
'Cause it's
diversity of it. That's what makes it
Like, we
fun.
had Puss in Boots yesterday.
Spontaneity.
Yeah. I like we can just dive down any avenue and then come right back to it.
Spontaneity.
Spontaneity.
We'll worry about that at a later date.
Spontaneously.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, 100%. So that's pretty much our divisional round, just because there's not many games left to play. And this is, like you just kind of said, Alex, this is pretty much just going to be me and Redden in this part, talking a little bit about college basketball. We'll get into the March Madness bracket in a second, and we were talking a little bit off air about this. But, Redden, what's going on in the college basketball world? If you want to pull up the top 25, I did preview it today with the Big 12 is kind of dominating right now for some reason. Obviously, we're not in, like, the top 3, but I feel like we probably should. I think K-State's at 5 in the latest, and we just beat them at Iowa State. I believe there's 6 in the top 25. Is that right, Redden? Do you have it up?
I know there was last week. I'd assume
because I think it's
I think
Iowa
everyone
State.
still is, yeah.
I think it's K-State, Iowa State, TCU,
Baylor,
Kansas,
Texas.
and Texas.
Yep.
So Iowa State is undefeated at home. Is that right?
Yeah. They haven't lost yet at home.
And we're like 3 losses away or something. Like, do you think we'll make a run in
March Madness?
Is this our year to make a run?
I mean, Sweet 16, right? Last year.
Sweet 16. I would have to fact check that. That seems high for last year.
No, I'm pretty sure last year we made the Sweet 16. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll roll
I
with
know
that.
we. Yeah, we made the Sweet 16 last year.
I was not that bought into men's basketball last year, but
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just like the Big 12. Like the one thing when you look at all like the conference realignment stuff, the Big 10 and the SEC are poised to dominate in football. But the one thing that the Big 12 has going for them is basketball.
for sure.
I mean, they're bringing in Houston. That's one of them. They're ranked
True.
3rd right now. They were ranked number 1 for 2 or 3 weeks, I think.
Alabama's second.
Yep.
That is
Really?
insane. That is insane. Big redemption.
Nick Saban.
Arc. Big redemption arc for Alabama this year, y'all.
Nick Saban
Oh
just
my
decided to start coaching the
Lord.
men's basketball team.
For real.
I don't even know who Bama's basketball.
Kansas State's still ranked. What's that? 7th?
No,
What'd
they're
that
at
say?
5th.
They're still ranked there. That's ridiculous.
Well, rankings come out on Mondays.
Yeah,
Okay.
takes
I
a
didn't
little
know
bit.
that.
We beat them last
Well,
night.
because they play so many games, you couldn't do it like every day.
And, like some teams wouldn't play, so it's just weekly rankings.
Yeah. No, I don't know. This might be our year to actually make a push. We look pretty good. Pretty good, you might even say. But
I full-fartedly agree.
I like it. I mean, from everything I've seen, they're saying right now Iowa State's going to be like a 3 seed, which is all right. I mean,
That's good.
that is pretty
What
good.
are we normally?
Makes me scared, though, because you got teams like St. Peter's coming in and just wrecking
Fuck
worlds.
them. I had them all the way up. When did they get out?
Is it Elite 8 that they
Elite
lost right
Eight.
before?
They made it to the Elite 8. I think.
Yeah, I
St.
had them getting
Peter's?
out in this.
Was
They
that
were
the
a team-
Peacocks?
Yeah, last year.
You had them in the
I had
top
them in the Final Four, and they got out, and I was so fucking mad. I only missed one game before that.
How could you be mad at that point?
Because
town the
I had-
size of, they're from like an Amish-sized town. They're
Dude,
nothing.
I don't
All
care.
of their stars transferred after that game because they were like, we're not playing here anymore. We
Yeah.
suck.
Yeah, but I was like, it was my bracket that I was like, fuck it. We're just going to throw these random
pretty sure
guys
you
You
in.
said it
had
was
no
random.
clue that the Peacocks
was,
are
yeah.
gonna like. The
I
Peacocks
just
are
saw
just
it.
randomly in the Final Four for you.
Yeah, it was
That's
a randomly
crazy.
generated bracket, and then I edited a bunch that were like, okay, this
But you
is gonna
kept
win.
them like far.
Oh, I
into
was
it.
like, fuck, why not keep these guys here? I mean, if it happens, it happens. And then they got out before I had them getting out, and I was very upset because I only missed one game before that. Yeah. I was in like the top 200.
See, now that's what's weird about the men's basketball Sweet 16 like whole thing is just that it seems like people who don't actually try end up with really good brackets, randomly generated, do really well. I would be interested. Callback. I'd be interested to see what an AI could do. We might get our first bracket, like perfect bracket, in the next 10 years with AI generated. I mean, there's still a human element to everything, but when you like,
When
you
they
think
get
about
as
the
many as they get.
when you think about the capabilities of AI, obviously it can generate every single possible bracket, but I would think it could like calculate.
It's gonna find the best one.
It's gonna calculate.
It's
like,
gonna
what's
find the best one possible, most likely outcome.
what's the percentage of like teams that, like how susceptible are they to upsets? Like I don't know, but there's got to be a way. That's how it's gonna be found. But we were talking about we've got people that are like picking colors and they get really, really good brackets.
Yeah, I'll win it this year.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure until like maybe not as much this year, but like the past decade, I'm not sure how factual this is, but like, if you just pick teams with the color blue,
Really?
I feel like you do really well. Duke, Kentucky,
Well,
UNC,
St. Peter's.
We were talking
Kansas.
about that. Just what didn't you say? Like Duke and Kentucky are neither of them are ranked.
Or UNC.
Like what?
But
Such
like
a
the past
flip.
decade, though, you look
Yeah, Duke
past
and them
15
were
years,
always
you
like
just pick the blue teams.
they could win.
Yeah. No, I'm with
Arizona's got some blue in there.
you. Yep.
Xavier had a year.
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga.
You say Gonzaga?
UConn.
I think that's the normal way. I
I
used to
say
say Gonzaga,
Gonzaga.
but I think it is Gonzaga.
I
or
think-
Gonzaga.
It looks like Gonzaga.
What's
but
interesting to me is Gonzaga is West Coast,
Really?
right?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Boondocks.
East.
It sounds like East.
It sounds
like
very,
Bo-
very
Boston.
East.
Boston.
Yeah,
They're
I'm with
almost
you.
in like,
Boston.
Idaho.
Yeah, they're way out there. I thought they were
Real.
very much
They're
east.
in Washington, but they're right next to Idaho, I think. Aren't they in Spokane?
That sounds right. But that I guess it's
I'm pretty sure they're in
west
Spokane.
of like the east. But still, I thought they were like you're right, like Boston area.
Boston. Yeah.
Was that your Boston accent?
Boston.
That's horrible.
Let's
They are
listen
in
to yours.
Spokane.
Like Boston.
No, that's just
in
sucks.
the Oz. You really got
Boston.
to get the Oz out of there.
No, it's not an Oz.
Oz.
It's
Give me a sandwich.
Boston. Boston.
That sandwich doesn't have any R's in it. What has an R in it?
Ricky.
Rust.
I know one.
I'm gonna take the Subway.
It's not an R in Subway either.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of Boston things. Clam chowder. Like they don't say that.
That
They
was
don't.
decent.
They
It
don't
just
say the
sounds
R
like a
in
speech
chowder.
impediment at
We're
this
not
point.
really good
It
at
is. It's
any of
bad.
this.
It's very out there.
Yeah.
I would love to visit Boston, but
I've been there. It's
really?
cool.
Is it cool?
Very cool.
Did you have clam chowder up there or no?
No. There will be disgustingly old buildings, and it'll be like a mall on the inside, and then right next to it, it'll be like a brand new headquarters for like New Balance right next to it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think the Vans headquarters is considered a historical monument, but they have like beautiful sealed windows across all of it. It's on a river and everything, or a bay, but it's all like bricks from the 1800s.
Wow.
A lot of the buildings there are.
Very nice.
Plus, that's where Fallout 4 is set.
Really? I didn't
Big
know that.
fan of Fallout 4 right
I
now.
didn't know that. I played that for like a week.
That's a PlayStation game, right?
No, it's Xbox, PC, PlayStation.
Yes, but it's only Xbox One and PS4 and PC.
What's the game that's really known for being a PlayStation exclusive?
Uncharted?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Uncharted
thinking
and
of.
God of War. I want to play God of War
Well,
so bad.
You don't
Heard
have
good
a
things.
PlayStation, bitch. Fuck you. Both of you.
Yikes.
guys.
Whoa. Okay, that was kind of mean.
Yeah.
They also have Bloodborne. I'm a big fan of Dark Souls.
I've
But,
played Bloodborne before.
You have?
Once.
Fuck, I really want to play Bloodborne. I
Bloodborne?
can't play it. Bloodborne.
I don't even know where to pivot from this.
I don't know.
There's not enough sports to really pivot onto. Like
Here
there's
you
not
go.
enough NFL
You can bet
storylines.
Iowa State to win March Madness at plus 4,000. So that's kind of cool.
That's pretty good odds. For those of you who don't know, it's $1 will win you 400, right? Or 40. $1 will win you 40.
Yeah,
$100 will win you 4,000.
correct.
Yep.
All the odds are based off a $100 bet.
$100. Which I understand the plus. How does the negative work? Do you understand the negative? So like a minus 150, is that $50 you would win off
No,
100?
if it's a minus, then it's like, so if it's minus 150, then if you bet 150, then you win 100.
100. Oh, interesting. Okay, so then it's like okay.
You have to bet more to get less than what you put in.
I understand that concept, but like so like whenever I put down like a plus 600, I know it's going to be 6 times my bet. When I put down like a minus 6, it's like, so that would be 6 times less. You'd put 600 to win 1.
Correct.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I can gauge it, right? And what's interesting to me is there's no like anything between hundreds, which makes complete sense when you think about it. It's like one time, you couldn't get less than 1 without going negative, right? Because then if you got less than 1, you're getting less than 100%, and that would be a negative number. That would be like a negative 101.
How are you going to pivot from this?
We're just talking about sports betting.
There is no
I have
pivoting.
no idea what you're trying to say.
We've
So,
been
so if
lost
you have
for
a
a
plus
while.
100, if you have a plus 100, you're doubling your money. So if you put in $10, you get 10 back. Then if you go less than plus 100, so if you were getting back $9.99, right?
Yeah.
You have to bet more than $10 to get to $10. So then you're in the negative numbers. So you have to bet like 1001 or whatever it would be to get $10. So if you put in a bet,
Yeah, that's how the odds work.
No, that's what I'm saying. I just think it's interesting. Before, like, there was no anything in between plus 100 and negative 100. There's no like plus 50.
Well, because everything's based on a $100 bet.
Crazy. That's what I just said.
You said it way too complicated.
My brain works in
That
like
was a really long way to say that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that like it's like based on like once you get below 1 times your money, you're at less than 1 times your money, and then that's a fraction. So then once you're at a fraction of your money, you need to bet more than that fraction to get to 1. Right? You need a reciprocal, which means that you're in negative.
Well, that's how like fractional odds work.
Well,
Like all these, like
I don't know how. Yeah, I get it,
like
kind of.
plus 200 or whatever it is are called American odds, which
Yeah.
is like what most sports books are going to be in.
Mhm.
But then I want to say like horse racing. Horse racing uses fractional odds.
Is that like
So that's-
16 to 1?
Yeah, it's like, oh, there's 16 to 1, which would just be plus 1600.
When's the Kentucky
Yeah.
Derby? That's soon. That's coming up, isn't it?
April?
Yeah, it's in like spring.
When's
Put some money on that.
Daytona? Isn't most NASCAR coming up February, March?
Can't be in the winter.
Kentucky Derby's May 6th.
I
Is it
think
in the
so.
winter?
Yeah, they're not
When,
racing.
look up
in
when the
June.
NASCAR season starts. I can't imagine they would ever have ice on the track. There was a
They're
highlight
not
that came
racing
out
in
like
Minnesota. They're
there was-
down in Daytona.
there was like a highlight that came out in like October though of that guy that went around the outside. You remember that?
Yeah,
where
Daytona's
he
in
was just
February.
on the wall.
That was
So
crazy.
Daytona's in like 3.5 weeks.
Wait, is that one race though?
Is it the Daytona 500 or just?
It's the Daytona 500.
That's like it's like one
500.
race. It's like one race though, right? It's like the Kentucky Derby.
It's the biggest fucking race of the year.
Is it the first? Why would they have the biggest race at the beginning?
Dude, I don't know.
Poll-in
I
viewers.
just know that there's like 3 huge NASCAR races.
What are they? Daytona 500.
Indianapolis 500 and then
Is that a different kind of car though? I thought.
Didn't Dad go to the Indy 500? He went to
Yeah.
something.
I thought the Indy
I'm going Talladega.
Talladega Nights.
Talladega, yeah. Because of the movie, really.
Oh wow.
That's how they get their viewers though.
We should do a sports movie tier list. I think we already talked about that, but we need like an all-inclusive.
We should
sports
like
tier
sit down over the course of like a Saturday and rank the top 100 and release it as like a blog post or something stupid.
list. Yeah, we need Billy Madison. No, not Billy. Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore's up there.
Billy Madison's when he goes
Um,
back to school and he pisses on the kid.
Same
No, he
actor.
pisses his pants. That's what it is.
It's your what's the one I'm thinking of? Rudy. It's got to be out there.
Rudy. I haven't seen Rudy. I haven't seen the
You
Water
should.
Boy.
You should. Waterboy's
I've
good.
seen Remember the Titans. I haven't seen.
I've never seen that.
Oh. You haven't seen Remember the Titans?
No.
What?
Wait,
Okay.
I don't think I
maybe I
have.
have.
So
What? Oh my lord!
it's the Geico 500 at Talladega. They're adding just sponsors to it now. Or
Oh,
the
jeez.
Yellowwood 500.
Hey, no.
Good lord.
They're in. It's a big race. They're going 500 miles.
500.8.
Do you think you could run 500 miles?
500.08.
And,
Do you think David Goggins could run 500 miles?
I don't know who that
well,
is,
and how much
but-
time? What?
You don't know who David?
Stay home, motherfucker. You
Yeah.
don't know that guy?
No,
Dang.
the dude that's been through literally
just like
everything.
a marathon runner guy.
No,
No,
like-
he's
like
like,
his-
a Navy SEAL, but like he'll just fucking do anything.
Well, he was.
Dude, he
Yeah.
ran ultra marathon with like a week of training.
He's insane. He has
He
like the
ran
hardest
100
mentality
miles.
of all time.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Run
You haven't
500 miles.
Yeah.
How far would that be?
It's like
Maybe
roughly
like
500 miles.
Maybe like
500
$4.99 plus 1 mile.
No, but like I'm trying to think like
Right around there.
how far is like okay from where we are right now? What's 500 miles?
Chicago.
What does that put me
I
at?
believe Texas, where Hunter is around 623.
So
call-
like
call it
Oklahoma
Chicago.
City.
Yeah, probably.
Run from here to Oklahoma City.
Probably a little further.
Dude,
Without
I'm
stopping?
telling you, Chicago.
It's 500 miles to Chicago.
Just about.
I don't know. That seems.
Little
I think it's like
close?
400.
That's 350.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm on.
No, so I just looked up.
Go to
according,
Detroit.
According
Never go
to
to
this,
Detroit, though.
Detroit is 513 miles east of Ames, and then
Oh, so
there's, like,
Detroit.
Lexington, Nashville,
Dude, Oklahoma's that far away?
Yeah.
Oklahoma City. Is
Trust me, when you drive it, you
499.
know. You know it is that far away.
Yeah, Oklahoma City's like Probably
$4.99.
500 by a bird.
I thought Chicago was 200 away from me. My dad's a liar.
Fuck no. You're so
Liar.
much closer than us. You're about 100 miles closer than us.
Probably.
Man, that's crazy.
That
Yeah,
is
there's
wild.
no way somebody's running from Ames to Oklahoma
No,
City.
they're
without
not.
stopping.
But within a given amount of time, maybe.
Perhaps.
I'm sure I could do it in a given amount of time.
Okay, well, can you do it in
Give
a
me
week?
40 years, I'll do it.
I'll do somersaults for
40 years. Oh my god.
500 miles.
All right, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. Alex, get that ready up. Just the toppest scene there. We're gonna take a quick 5 minutes. We'll be right back. We got a couple things on the other side, and then we'll be wrapping it up shortly. Just to keep you enticed, we do have a very nasty parlay coming, but we will see you on the other side of this 5-minute break, just in a couple seconds. Alex, go ahead and cut. back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for that quick break. We had a couple people who were sitting on the edge of their seat. We got a couple things to talk about. We're going to go ahead. It is only 8:16 currently, and hopefully this video, I'm going to clip this up, goes out to enough people. We are going to release parlays at the end of, or during, whenever we're supposed to be going live around 6, between like 6 and 7:30 or so, which should hit most of the NBA games. We're going to be releasing parlays and or picks in short segments. We're not professional gamblers or financial advisors or whatever, but it could be something, where if we get on a little bit of heater, people will come in and watch that. I'm pretty excited for. So we're going to brew up a little bit of a parlay live. We'll do that. And then I think we should all chat about this. Does anyone here have an NBA team? I don't think anybody does.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, yeah. So I propose the idea that we pick a random NBA team, like through a game of some sort, or like a random generator, and we have to report on that team, like when we bring up NBA every week, and like and you actually follow it, and then you're like, oh yeah, my Pistons have been playing like shit, and fucking this guy, we picked him 2nd overall, and he's not producing, and blah blah blah, and then we'll go through like the top 5,
So you're saying like put everything into like one. I don't know. Can you put things into a spreadsheet and then do like a random number generator?
Well,
there's got to be something to do that where you can.
I would just
list everything and then.
He's on it right now, by the way.
Yeah, there's definitely ways we
we
could
go.
do it, but I think it would be.
Spurs are good, man.
Are you looking at the power rankings?
If you
No, I just found a random NBA team wheel.
Okay.
Yeah, so you
So
just
it
click that
spins.
4 times.
Oh, perfect.
We'll
So
go Nick and then you two and then me.
okay. Yeah. Why don't we just go ahead and pick our teams?
We want that right now.
Why not?
I think
let's
we
give it
should
a
put-
go.
I wish there was a way. Alex, go ahead.
Wait. I feel like we should put out like mouse traps, and then
I like this. I like
we just have to choose what mouse trap we want, and then there will be a number designated to the team. Hit the mouse
Oh,
trap.
that's fun.
Oh, I thought we were stepping on it.
No,
We
with our
could do
hand.
either.
Yeah.
You can put it on your ear.
Well, we could even.
That'd suck.
That would be
Dude, have
horrible.
you seen
Dude, that would
Spencer's
blow.
video?
Spencer, who?
Vance.
No.
The video.
Yes, the video, dude.
Well,
You
what
know
did
I'm
he
talking
do?
Where
You
does
gotta
he put
explain
it?
it. Go.
You know where
Go
he
quick.
puts
Say it.
All
What
right,
was
he,
On the lower or the
it's-
upper?
Alex can explain it better. I just saw the video. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, you just found a mouse trap and
Was
It
this
was a little-
pregame or was
it was a little bored and does what guys do
Puts
when
his
they
dick in it.
find mouse traps. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. I thought he put his balls in it.
Oh my
That's
god.
Awful.
No, he put the tip in it. Yeah.
The tip?
Yeah.
That would hurt the worst.
Oh my god.
The video went around for a while.
That's
It was psycho.
insane. That's crazy.
Was it pregame? There's no way it was pregame. I thought it was though.
So
Yeah,
if
I think
you're
it was.
if you're in chat, I mean we don't have that many in the chat, but if you have an opinion on whether we should just do like a very safe wheel spinner,
Patreon gets us putting in mouse traps.
yeah, or if we should do something where we release an actual video post, go ahead and put it in now. Otherwise, I might try to have you see if we can get it on the screen.
The wheel spin.
Yeah, it would be tough to do, but I
could-
could talk you through it.
Okay.
Um,
I can get it.
yeah.
just stick you
Well,
on camera.
we're gonna give these people a couple seconds to maybe get in here. Otherwise, I do think the wheel spinners is not a horrible idea, and I've got the power rankings pulled up, so we can kind of reflect on what we have. Otherwise, I think that'd be kind of cool. So we have like a weekly NBA segment or whatever, and we touch on just who we like in the top 5 and who's been playing well in our teams and whatnot. Excuse me. I think it could be a cool little thing, especially with no NFL to talk about. We'll be talking about crappy storylines acting like they're actually worth something when they're not. Bottom line, but
I want John Morant.
what do you guys think? Did that only spin a quarter spin?
No, I think it went around multiple times. Watch.
That's Jimmy Butler.
Okay,
went
okay.
a
I don't
lot
want.
more.
I don't want
That's-
Jimmy Butler.
it's
I
really
want John Morant.
fast.
Okay, so you just tell me how to get it on here, and then
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
So do you
Jordan
guys want
was
to do it
on
this
the
way, or do
team.
you want to do like more of a fun like?
I say we save it for like next episode.
because we could probably figure out. We
We'll,
could
we'll do it
this
in
way now.
between. Yeah, well, and we don't
Figure
even
it
have anything to
out, test
report
the
on now, anyways. If we did
technology, yeah.
pick it, so like it wouldn't even matter. Well, let's go ahead and chat a little bit more about the divisional round. just really quickly. We saw Joe Burrow talking after the game saying, better refund those tickets in regards to the NFL selling tickets to the Atlanta game before it existed, like basically saying the Bills are going to win this game. What do we think of Joe Burrow's confidence? Like, I don't know. That's pretty bold to say.
I think that's just Joey B.
You think?
Yeah.
I feel like that's out of his character.
No.
Wait.
No.
Is he saying to the Bengals fans refund the
No, the
tickets,
Bills.
or the
He said-
Bills
so
fans
basically
refund
basically
those
what
tickets?
happened was with the Damar Hamlin injury, things got thrown all out of whack, and if the
That's
Bills would have
the-
won,
Dolphins guy, right?
Bengals or Bills guy, if it was happening like week 17,
What am I thinking of? That?
you're thinking of Tua.
Yeah.
If the Bills would have won that game, Bills Chiefs would have been at a neutral site, and the NFL started selling tickets to that game early. And then after the game, when the Bengals won, the reporter asked Joey, "What do we think of like blah blah blah?" And Joey was like, "Better refund those tickets." I feel like that's outside of Joe's character. Do we think maybe he's getting a little cocky?
No, he's a
Do
cocky
you think
guy.
he
It's a
knows?
perfect thing
Or
to
has it
say.
been like this since
That
the
is
cigar?
a perfect thing to say.
I think he's always had that in him. It's just
Yeah.
like I think this was
It's
normally he keeps it pretty buttoned up. He just
It's a big
Let
said
middle
it out
finger.
loud this time.
Big middle finger.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's what I'm saying.
All
I
those
feel like it's
confidence
outside-
Bills fans. They were going what, like 11-1? They were dominating, right?
Bills look good.
They were looking real good. Yeah.
Here's what makes me mad is I knew from watching that like the first 10 minutes of that game that the Bengals were going to win, and I still bet on the Bills.
You
somehow.
sound like LeBron.
I somehow knew.
You live bet the Bills.
No, I pre-bet them. I was like,
Oh,
oh, the Bills will win this, or at least they'll lose by less than 6. And no,
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how everything unfolds. I think we'll have some great shows next week.
it's gonna be very good. We'll have a lot of Super Bowl preview stuff. Obviously, we've got 2 weeks to preview the Super Bowl. Should we talk about the Pro Bowl a little bit? Actually,
I don't know much about it.
I know it's a flag football game, and the Manning brothers are the team captains.
At least that's cool.
I guess that's kind of neat.
Flag football, really?
Yeah, they got rid of actual tackle football because last year was two-hand touch or whatever, and it's flag now. And then I think they're doing more of the games, like
That should have been a thing forever.
forever. It should have never left. Who can throw the farthest? Who can throw it in this tiny ass hole the size of the ball?
Yeah.
Like, who can run the fastest?
That's where you get the most entertainment from.
That's what it's. Yeah.
Nobody actually wants to watch these guys play flag football.
No one's tuning in. It's like the Hall of Fame game before the season. People are only watching because they haven't seen football for 7 months.
Correct.
But we've been watching football for 3 months or 4 months, so we're not watching the fucking
No.
Hall of Fame game or the fucking Pro Bowl.
Yeah,
Pro Bowl.
people would rather watch other people talk about the upcoming Super Bowl than actually watch the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, it's got to be like the athletes putting it on. And Tyreek lost to Micah Parsons because he wasn't even trying. Like last year, they did the 40, and I don't know, it wasn't anything special. But I won't be tuning into the Pro Bowl, but I will say this: I think the potential is there to bring people in for next year. If the Clips are like,
If the skills competition is done right,
Yeah.
it'll be entertaining.
Did
Yeah, I
you
think-
already say that like doing flag football would have been safer?
they're doing it now,
Like, did you already bring that up? Like, why they're doing that?
that it's safer.
Yeah,
I did
'Cause
not. but-
I feel like that'd be way safer to just do flag football than having everybody fucking. Because I mean, it was kind of just it wasn't like a legit game. They weren't smoking each other.
Yeah, and
But it's definitely way better to do like flag or like something like that to preserve people.
are they playing in Arizona? Do we know?
I bet it's in Hawaii. I'm
No,
pretty
it's not anymore.
sure. Really.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is they should be still playing in Hawaii, but being in the connected 48 states, like they
Well,
just get too much media, and it's not really a getaway for the players anymore. Is what a lot of current like ex NFL heads, are saying, like Pat McAfee.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of things though where it's like the reason they moved it to the Continental 48 alongside doing the flag football thing is that there were players opting out of the Pro Bowl. They're like, no, I'm not going to risk getting hurt here. So I think
Yeah.
they're trying to make it where now you don't have to travel to Hawaii. Now you don't have to play tackle football. Now you can show up, be around the boys, and make it so that way, the big names aren't sitting out. Because it's already, I think, a hard thing for the NFL to sell. And if all the stars are sitting out anyways, it's like, Like I'm guessing Kirk Cousins is a Pro Bowler, but nobody wants to see Kirk Cousins and Geno Smith. Like,
Nobody wants to watch Kirk Cousins in the regular season.
correct.
Bro.
That's what I'm saying. So they need the stars there. They need
Yeah.
the big names there.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're concerned about.
Did Tom Brady make the Pro Bowl this year?
Dude,
I
he's
don't
too
know.
old for that. There's an age limit.
There's an age limit.
Fuck yeah, there is.
He can probably play in the Hall of Fame game, can he?
What do you
He's
mean?
got to be close at the beginning of the year.
That's like a preseason game, though.
Yeah, he can play in that.
That sounds like
No,
when they have
the-
like.
When they do the old people thing, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it sounds like a high school, like when all the dads come down from the
Yeah.
stands and they run back up their old days. Just after
That's
the
not
game
what
is
it
done.
is, but
But
that-
like it
no.
kind of sounds like that to me.
yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
I'm saying like Hall of Fame game. Have all the actual Hall of Famers. Just
Ooh, that'd be cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. Like Jerry Rice comes out and lights up
Joe Montana
Tom.
out there slinging the pigskin.
65-year-old quarterback.
I think I'd watch that more than I'd watch
There
the
would
actual
be
Pro Bowl.
I would 100%.
Deaths on the field.
I would 100% watch that over.
You would have to. Those guys would have to stretch for a year just to.
Pre-game would be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They would have to do Diamond Dallas Page's yoga for 7.5 months. Ex-WWE guy.
Oh,
He
I
can
got
put
you.
his leg all the way up here.
But like kickers, those motherfuckers would be stretching. They
Yeah.
tear their, they
Punters.
kick their leg off.
Yeah,
Anybody that's
100%.
like swinging their leg.
100%.
Not biased, but
But yeah,
just
if,
saying,
if
it
you're
would
over
be,
45 and you haven't played for 7 or 8 years, dude,
Not
you've been
looking
sitting
great.
around drinking, petting your dog. You're gonna
Living
get
the life.
in a
fucked
fucking
up.
huge house.
Sean Taylor
Yeah.
shows up.
You're just sitting down in Florida.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
You're done
Rest
for,
in
dude.
peace, Sean Taylor.
Wow.
Damn, that would be something.
That might be a good note to end it on.
no, I want to do the.
It's canceled.
I want to do I want to do this parlay really quick. What should we shoot for odds wise, Red? What do you think? Like plus 400?
400, yeah.
All right, so we've got 4 games remaining. We've got Grizzlies Warriors will start at 9:10. Everything starts at 9:10 besides Spurs Lakers at 9:40. We do have Jazz Blazers and Raptors Kings. Do we want to pick any money lines or do we just want player props?
I'd go player props.
Player props? Okay. Well, I feel like the Warriors, let's take looking at over-unders right now, we've got the Warriors Grizzlies game is the highest by a point. Second would be Spurs Lakers. So I'm going to go ahead and hop into here and let's take the what do we think?
Gotta go Grizzlies.
Let's take 25 Steph Curry is minus 230.
Okay.
I like that.
Wait,
Makes sense.
so do we have enough time? Because do you know anything about sports betting?
Dude, I know nothing.
Exactly. So I was gonna ask, could you two explain like how you would do that? and make
They were doing the math earlier,
Yeah.
but you are very fluent in the language of
Yeah,
sports
that's why I
betting.
brought it up because I'm sure like if anybody watches this after it's done, like they're not gonna really know what the fuck anyone was saying.
Like, oh, Steph Curry for 25. Take
25
the
over
30 over.
75%. I don't fucking know what that means.
John
All
Mor-
Red, do you want to
So-
chime
John
in? 'Cause
Morant,
I know
under
if I
8.
I
But
know if
for-
I start talking, I'll
He
just
might be
run
in the
with it.
over,
So
though.
If you want to get something,
So,
in.
like, pretty much, like, I think what's going to be done tonight is there's going to be an NBA player prop parlay.
which
So,
player
NBA,
prop?
a player prop is where it's like, oh, I think Steph Curry is going to have over 20 points. And then there's the odds for that.
Okay, and if you pass that, then
And
you're
then if
good.
he gets that, then that part hit. So it's like, oh, he did it. You get a green check mark. That was
So is this a
accomplished.
list?
In a parlay?
Yeah, parlay. So
Parlay
a
means
straight
you have-
bet is like
If
you
you've
bet
ever seen
one thing.
Uncut Gems, that motherfucker hits a crazy parlay. And it's just a list of things that need to happen,
Yeah.
and then he hits it big.
A straight bet is one thing. A parlay is more than one,
Okay.
and that's like more than
So
one.
what's
thing.
like too high of a bet?
You can bet
We're
it
not
on,
saying
like,
bet,
who
but, like,
gets the
betting
tip
odds.
off, who does first time out,
Well, I know that.
who
but
gets
I'm
the
saying,
first
like,
shot of the...
Yeah, those are prop bets.
Yeah, so Alex is
But
saying,
you could do that in a list, and it makes it a
But I'm
parlay.
saying like
Yeah,
what,
you
what
literally
is an odd that
anything.
is too like extreme? for
so
you to
things that
put
are I would say
anything
probably
on?
plus 200 or higher are pretty low odds. Would you agree with that, or like
Yeah,
it depends? It depends
Because
too.
yeah.
as I don't know anything, but that sounds high.
Okay, so like an NFL game Like if you're looking at an NFL, do you know what a spread is? They're like, oh, this
Yeah.
team's gonna win by six and a
blank.
half.
Yeah. Okay.
So the odds on that are gonna pretty
Minus
much always
110.
be 110, minus 110.
And why is that?
That's just
it's
how
like about one. That's about
that's a 50-50 chance.
about one. Yeah.
Because
So that means that like either they'll win by 6.5 or they won't.
lose. Yeah.
Those are the two
The
options.
larger the number, plus or minus, the less likely it is to happen.
Okay.
But that doesn't change the odds.
Because when
Odds are
I
always
when
on
I
the-
turn 20,
Except
like,
for
Not on a
hockey.
spread. Not
Hockey,
On a spread.
hockey's different, but we won't get into that.
when I start betting, I'm gonna need to know this,
So,
or you need to get good so you can pick mine for
so
me.
Alex's question of what odds are too long is a good question, but very subjective, I think, because
Well, like overall, I feel like there's got to be an overall that's pretty. There's no.
I would say 400 or higher is like
If it's
you hit that, that's pretty
if
good.
it's minus 110 or anything below that, like numerically,
Okay.
it's likely to happen.
Yep.
And that's why your return isn't as
Lower.
high.
It's not gonna be as good.
Correct.
It's not 100%.
So the higher the number, like what you were saying, if it's plus 400 and you get it right, then you just
Yeah. The larger
then you
the
earn
number,
major
four times your
return.
money.
Yeah, you better ball out.
you're about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is if you bet 4 like minus 110 things, those are pretty close to 50-50s.
And then
And so then your total for the parlay is like plus 400 or 500.
so with your ladder thing you were talking about.
yeah,
you're
because
doing-
they like compound.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like you have to do this and this
So
and
you're
this
doing a
and
bunch
this.
of 100s.
Yeah.
So when
Or-
I'm doing
the ladder.
the $10,000 to $10,000 ladder challenge, and I basically take like an extreme favorite. So yesterday I took Nikola Vucevic to score 10 points, and he scored 10 in his last 20 games, 10 in his last 20 over this opponent. His odds were minus 1,800. So if you bet that on your own, you need to bet $1,800 before you get 100 back. It's extreme odds.
that is
But when I
fucking absurd.
yeah, but when I paired that with the 3 other legs, that got it to plus 100, and I bet 10 and 120 or 110 netted 20. So
you're at 20 on profit, or like 10 on profit, but you're at
10 on
20 bucks
profit,
now?
20 total. Yeah, and I reinvested it tonight, which if you want to check that out, go find out like my TikTok or my shorts. But
I haven't seen any updates on the clips though.
what clips?
Marv on Air clips, TikTok, and clips of us in here.
Yeah, because believe it or not, I'm actually a full-time student and a part-time worker as well. So
Full-time student.
if you
not
wanted to help,
worker.
that'd be awesome.
I could.
But I
mean,
can
I'm
definitely just keep doing it all on my own, and
here. You never asked.
I'll teach you. But so yeah, basically, anything that's minus odds is more likely to happen than plus odds, and it's like a number line. So anything that's minus 152 is more likely to happen than minus 200.
Okay.
So the
And then-
further the number goes lower, the
Yeah.
more likely. The further the number goes higher, the less likely. Bottom line. So when we're picking these picks, if I take Steph Curry to score 25 points, and that's what do we got? I can't even see because I got the stupid honey extension here, but it's like minus 250 or whatever. That on its own, we'd have to bet 100 to get 250 back, or 250 to get 100 back.
Okay.
But then we're like, okay, well, let's look into the Kings-Raptors game here. And the most common ones are points. So let's just say we take a plus 15, 15 plus points, and we say Fred VanVleet. I have him in my ladder challenge to score 15 or more. He's minus 550. So with Fred and Stephen Curry, right now, that's minus 140. It's not bad.
Yeah.
We could take that. Do you want to put that in there? Probably.
So that was your first little bet.
Right now we have Steph to score 25 and Fred to score 15.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then,
Don't understand it still.
what don't you understand?
No, I mean, what are you going to return out of that? Because
It
what
just
are the-
takes time to pick up the
Yeah,
whole
I'm
lingo
sure.
So the
thing.
total is minus 140 right now.
Like, I can play a Guitar Hero song once.
I was
and
just
then
gonna
come
make
back
a
in
Guitar Hero
and come
analogy.
back in and hit like 70% or like 30% higher. Now that I know what the notes are, I'm hearing it now for the first time. I'd have to go back and you know what I'm saying?
I got
like,
what you're saying.
Coming like to take all this information in at once. Versus,
So think of it kind of like, if I'm going to flip this coin, it's 50-50 I get, well, technically.
Like I understand it, but when you're actually saying the bet, It goes right over my head.
It's
I
so
I understand.
complicated.
I understand it.
So
though.
the sports book.
They get the odds, not the terminology.
No,
Okay.
I get
just,
the
like,
terminology, but when you're like spitting out the odds within 4 seconds, I completely
Yeah.
lose focus, and I'm like,
All right, let's
what?
pick someone everybody knows. LeBron. Everybody knows LeBron.
LeBron
They
James.
get this. They're saying when you go, all right, we got Steph 25 minus 220.
Isn't
That doesn't count.
25
isn't
points
minus
for
150
Curry.
pretty good? And
Steph
like it
Curry
just
to score.
So what he's
25
saying there
points.
is he's got to score 25 points, very high odds.
Very
Decent.
medium odds.
Yeah, because 225 is not like.
Minus 225 is pretty close to minus 100, but it's not like positive odds, and it's not like minus 600. So it's
Yeah,
kind
so
of
minus
there.
600 is like gotta happen.
Pretty
for
much gonna happen.
Yeah, and then as it gets closer to 0, then it's like.
As it, well, yes,
Like
but
as
that's
it's
what-
getting positive, it's getting more unlikely.
So LeBron's over-under right now is 30.5 points. So the sports book has decided he will score somewhere around 30 points. People will bet, do they think if it's 30.5, he can't score a half point. It's the NBA. Everything's worth 1 point or more.
Mhm.
So he will score 30 or 31 or 2, 3, 4. If he scores 31 or more, he hits the over. If he hits 30 or less, he'll hit the under. Now, like we said about over-unders, they're pretty close to 50-50. So if you bet the over, it's minus 112. And if you bet the under, it's minus 108. So since minus 108 is technically higher on a number line than minus 112, his under is like 4, points or units or whatever it
you're
is.
betting against Braun, bro.
Well, we haven't bet on him, but I'm just saying if you
That's
bet,
what you would be doing if you took the under. Yeah.
if you took the
you're
under,
betting
you'd be
against
betting
him.
with him basically because they said minus 108, not minus 112. And
Oh, I'm
108
tweaking. My bad.
Yeah, yeah. The over would be like, oh, I don't. I mean, it's just an opinion.
It's
really.
not much though.
Yeah. So, Ren, do you want to pick? You pick a leg. I pick 2.
You want 3 legs?
Well, right now we're at minus 144 with the 2 we've picked. Might have to pick like a longer odds or a couple more.
Do you like? Do Draymond over 8 rebounds?
Okay. And we're doing this all on the fly, so I'm not looking up any stats. We'll have this ready next time. Rebounds. What are the odds on that, Red?
Minus 145.
Okay, so that means it's better than minus 150, not as good as plus 100, but more likely to happen than plus 100. You said 6 plus or 8 plus?
8.
Okay. That puts us at plus 184. If we pick another like medium odd, I think we'll be close to plus 400 here. Let's dabble into the Lakers game. I think that those usually Lakers games are pretty predictable. If we want to do a 3, like player 3s, let's say 2 plus 3s. LeBron's minus 350. That puts us at 266. If we did 3 plus 3s, LeBron is minus 110. That's 443.
Okay, before we keep going, I would say before you guys make a pick, you guys both agree on like 1 to choose from, and then we have James choose whether or not.
Oh, like 2 to choose from, and then James picks.
And then James chooses which one sounds better.
I'm a
way
big
it's
fan of that
more-
idea.
That way, it's not as much technicality.
Okay.
But-
More chance based.
Yeah.
Well, who's the hotter team?
I don't even know. I'd have to do research to find out that kind of
Dude,
thing. And we're not.
That's a you question. Get on it.
True. Who sounds better, the Lakers or Spurs?
Oh, Spurs. Lakers. Like a LeBron.
What are you looking at?
No, you got to pick a hotter team.
I have to pick the team now,
I could pull up some picks, but I don't really want to.
so I can pick.
Spurs and Lakers, 2 options.
Give me the Lakers.
All right.
Ooh, okay.
Red, what are we thinking?
For what?
Just the last leg.
For tonight or
Yeah, to finish this parlay. We're at plus 184.
do jaw assists over like 8?
Okay.
That sounds great, James.
That's
I
not a
see
Lakers
that,
player,
but
but
I understand you.
Big fan of John Morant.
You know who
fan.
Jaw is, though, right?
I do. He plays for the Grizzlies.
Is his line 8.5?
Dude, I got
No idea.
the Grizzlies when I was playing.
Oh,
that
just
game
want
with
A
you.
plus. He's minus 190, so that works. We're at plus 336.
Perfect.
Good. All right, so
And what are you trying to get to?
3 to 400, so we're right in
I'd
that
say leave
range.
it right there.
Yeah.
So let's go 700. Fuck it, double it.
I've hit a plus 1500. I've hit pretty decent ones, but they were
So,
wild.
If I give you $50, are you confident that you can?
That this will hit, I haven't done
No.
any
Are you
research.
confident that you make smart bets? and
Well,
can
follow
make
the
me
ladder
money?
challenge. How about that?
I'll give you $10 to do another ladder challenge after this.
Well, we're gonna get into that. I got a couple
How
of
about-
executive decisions to make as far as that goes.
Okay. All right.
So right now we have currently Stephen Curry to score 25 or more, Draymond Green to score or to get 8 or more rebounds, John Morant to score. Jeez, I keep saying score. Steph Curry 25 plus points, Draymond Green 8 plus rebounds, John Morant 8 plus assists, and where's the fourth leg? Fred VanVleet 15 plus points at plus 336. We'll do a recap next Monday, see if we hit it or not. Otherwise, I think that is going to wrap it up for today. There's not a whole lot of sports. We need to get better
Wait.
about the segments.
Wait.
I was going to touch into that, but
Nick
next
and
time.
I had talked about. So for the countdown, it's really boring. So. So we almost. I brought up the idea that I just count down from 5 minutes.
5 minute of countdown against the green screen.
Yep, and it's just gonna be my face on that background.
And there's like one of the knife games or something behind him.
Yeah, it'll be something ridiculous.
Stimulating.
And then I'll just be sitting there counting
Stimulating is a good way to put it because it's boring as fuck to watch somebody count
down.
down
Well,
from
it's
5
also
minutes.
very boring. We'll put some crazy background, and I'll just count down.
All right.
Family Guy
Yeah.
and the
could.
knife game
Good-
and
good
the knife game.
Both.
We could almost. Who did the edits
off
for your
camera
Stacy's
conversation.
mom video? We could almost do that. in the
Hunter did
background.
all of that.
We might have to call back Hunter, and we could just do that.
Shit. I'd watch you count for 5 minutes to watch.
Do we do it in
Family Guy.
seconds, or do we do it? Like, do I do 4 minutes?
Probably in minutes so people understand a little better. So it's like 4:33, 4:32, and like 4:01,
342,
3:59,
341.
3:58.
I just think that is ridiculous as fuck, which almost fits what's going on here.
All right, so you Spotify listeners, be sure to tune in for that. We'll probably film that before Monday. We'll get that squared away. Otherwise, thank you to SeatGeek and V1 Nutra for being sponsors of this ridiculous show. And hopefully our parlay hits, hopefully our rankings of the hottest quarterbacks. We'll see what kind of pans out with that. Otherwise, we'll see you guys on Monday. We're sticking with Monday, Wednesday schedule for now. And we hope everyone has a good weekend, enjoys the football available. It's going to be some of the best football, I think. We're going to have some close scores. But other than that, have a good weekend. Do the boys have anything to say?
Deuces.
Nothing.